Okay, so now we're on to part two of the exam, and what it says, part two, number one, it says X and Y are two initially uncharged metal spheres on insulating strands, and they are in contact with each other. A positively charged rod R is brought close to X, as shown in the initial figure. Sphere Y is moved away from sphere X, as shown in the final figure. So for part A, what are the final charges of X and Y? And so if we take a look, this is the initial, and here's the final where they're separated. Well, the thing to think about is it tells us something really important is that these two spheres are made of metal. And what do we know about metals is that they're conductors. And what we know about conductors is that electrons are able to flow freely within the material. And also, something we know about conductors is they normally are, or the charges are on the outside. Well, when we first bring this positive charge here, the electrons will want to start to move, the free electrons will want to start to move towards this positive charge because of the force of attraction. And so you'll have electrons here, and they'll be moving across towards, because they're touching, onto this ball. Well, once you separate the two spheres, the electrons that traveled here in attraction to this positive charge are going to still be on here. So although the two metal balls were neutral, because they were touching and because it's a conductor and the electrons flow freely, the loose electrons end up moving onto X. And so we're going to have an excess of electrons on X. So X is going to be negative. But this ball was neutral before, and now some of its electrons moved onto here. Well, now it has less electrons than it has protons, and so now the charge on Y will be positive.